Welcome back to our channel, where every public encounter is examined through the lens of the law, and every interaction is held to the standard of accountability. Today's footage comes courtesy of Reggie Photo, linked below, so be sure to support their work. Watch closely as the situation unfolds, and stay with us until the end for the full legal breakdown. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-world encounters and in-depth analysis.
Obviously a dispersal zoning at the moment and everything that's going on, so you can't be within...
No, I'm not interested in that property.
So what, were you taking photos of the hotel?
No, the layout of the street.
For any particular reason?
No, not at all. I'm not for or against, I'm not into any politics. You know.
Any idea on you? Anything like that? Nothing at all? Alright.
I'm just a member of public walking down the street.
Yeah.
I understand there's a dispersal order in place, and that's why I'm not trying to do anything out of any ordinary like that. I'm just interested in what's going on.
Right away, we see a calm interaction. The cameraman makes it clear he's simply walking in a public space during a dispersal order. There's no aggression, no obstruction, just curiosity. But tension begins the moment presence alone becomes suspicious.
My name?
You don't give your name?
No.
Right, okay, well obviously you can understand with what everything that's been going on round there, you taking photos in the direction of the hotel.
No, but basically, if they'll tell you, at not one moment was I putting my camera into their property, focusing on them. I kept moving around the place. I'm interested in all these industrial areas here. I'm going to take some photography around here on this industrial estate. I've got no interest in solely filming anything to do with immigration or anything like that.
Okay, obviously our colleagues have fought enough to notify us.
Yeah, they were watching me. I'm thinking, what's he? I could see him on his radio. I'm thinking, I'm just stood here. I'm thinking, what's wrong with him?
Well, like you say, you've admitted to us that there's a dispersal lot.
Yeah.
If someone goes up with a camera and they're taking photos, obviously, like you've admitted to us.
Yeah.
So it's look unusual.
I'm just excising me right.
Hey, officers question his photography. Public filming in the UK is lawful, especially in public areas. The key issue becomes whether officers have reasonable suspicion of involvement in disorder, or whether this is profiling based on activity that's entirely legal.
Yeah, right outside. Okay.
Well, what we'll do then is, we have been notified that you are inside the dispersal zone, so we'll be issuing you with a dispersal notice, okay? All the information will be on here, but you do need to...
Can I just ask you a question, quick, please? So, a dispersal, for what reason would that be if I'm I'm telling you, one, I'm not here to cause any havoc in regards to what's going on. That has gone live all the way up and down the country. Yep. So you'd be stupid not to admit that you didn't know through the media what's going on there. But what I'm saying, what is my dispersal for? If I just...
To be out of the zone, so you've come within the zone of dispersal. You've been seen taking photos. I understand you're giving us an explanation for that.
Yeah.
But our colleagues have felt enough for us to learn, obviously, of your presence there.
The dispersal order is introduced under Section 35 of the Antisocial Behavior, Crime and Policing Act 2014. Officers can exclude individuals if they reasonably suspect antisocial behavior. The question is, where is that threshold met here? He's alone, compliant, and not obstructing anything.
Not getting locked up, you're getting given a ticket to say, do not go back there.
No, but I'm not interested in going back there, but what I'm saying...
Well, that's why we're going to give you the ticket.
And you were aware of the dispersal zone, you've even admitted that.
Yeah, so that's what... So that...
within that perimeter which you have actually gone into and breached.
So, can I not walk through there as a member of public?
No. Because there's a dispersal zone.
No, it's a public footpath, sir.
Whilst this is on, because it's only on for a set period of time, once that is relieved, then you can. But from what's going on in the dispersal around it, you have to vacate that zone. And
seriously?
It is literally around the...
Yeah, but from...
Now we see the core conflict, a public footpath within a dispersal perimeter. The cameraman challenges the logic. Can a lawful pedestrian be barred simply for walking through? This becomes less about behavior and more about blanket enforcement.
Come on, sir. What?
So we're dealing with you.
Can I have your calling numbers, please?
Yeah, mine's 455.
What? And yours, please, miss.
1702.
I think this is well out of order. This.
Okay. Can I take your surname?
I don't wish to give. I've not committed any crimes. I've literally walked through the place, taking. If that constable in that van would tell you, I was taking the pictures of the other building. You know, for what purpose? It's a photograph. Photography's not a crime.
Right. However, if you are causing harassment, alarm and distress as well to the people that are there.
And I can prove there was not even one person about from the hotel, and that's what I'm saying.
You just said you weren't looking at the hotel, you were looking at the other buildings.
I'm aware of my surroundings. Who's on the street? There was members of public on the street, and there was nobody out of the hotel who wandered past me.
He requests badge numbers, a lawful right when interacting with police. Officers are accountable to identify themselves. Notice the shift in tone. What began as casual questioning now carries undertones of authority versus civil liberty.
Of course they do, because there's no signs there or anything.
You said yourself, it's common knowledge what's gone on.
Yes, but
The dispersal notices advertised on social media. Everybody knows this.
So, right, do you know the Nicola Bully case? A lady went missing in St Michael's, right? There's a dispersal notice in place for people who are wanting to probably go down there, make a TikTok video, go onto private land and stuff. But the park isn't closed off for members of the public like myself. I can go down in that.
People are aware not to go down there, you know.
Yes, but it doesn't stop normal members of the public like myself. Like I'm saying, there's no agenda for me being there.
They don't want people down there, do they?
But so they need to close the street off then, sir.
Well, we don't need to close the street off because there's businesses down there.
He references other cases involving dispersal zones. This highlights something critical. Dispersal powers are situational, not permanent. The public must be clearly notified. Without signage or visible boundaries, enforcement risks becoming arbitrary.
Increasing suspicion. You're not allowing to verify you
miss.
as well. With everything that's been going on, I'll tell you now, us two were both on that front line on Friday getting all sorts hurled at us and abused.
And I don't agree with that.
I am not saying you do, but I'm just saying from what's happened and now this dispersal's in there to protect it. It's only on for a short while. And
Miss, can you accept that I'm a sole person on myself? I've got
I don't know you though, do I?
You don't know, but end of the day.
I appreciate where you're coming from. I'm also telling you from our point of view as well, from what we've had to put with.
Yeah, but I'm hoping, miss, that you could perhaps see that as a member of public, that we shouldn't be stopped from walking in areas where when we've got nothing to do with what's going on there.
Yeah, we don't know that you've got nothing to do with it, or do we?
You've come to question me.
Yeah, but you could easily come up with anything, couldn't you? At the end of the day, I'm not saying.
But this isn't Nazi.
Here, the officer explains recent unrest in the area. Context matters. Police often operate reactively after disorder, but preventative measures must still meet legal standards. Suspicion cannot be generalized to every camera holder.
Yeah, I will be making complaints towards that because I don't think that my activity down there warrants me getting a slip of paper to say that I can't go back, because what happens if my vehicle was parked at the other side and I wanted to walk back to it? I'm walking around the whole industrial estates around here taking pictures.
It's not, is it? And then you would explain that to us and we'll
I have explained why I was taking pictures down there though.
You've said you've been down there taking pictures?
Yeah, but
we're giving us notice to do not return back to that area. That's pure and simple. It's on the bottom of it.
So I can't walk down that street again?
Because then you'd be breaching the dispersal notice.
Seriously? And can I ask for the grounds again then, please, for why I'm given this dispersal notice?
The cameraman pushes back, suggesting he's being treated like a suspect without evidence. This is where constitutional tension peaks. Authority must balance public safety without slipping into collective punishment or assumption-based enforcement.
Can I ask you this question? Where's the barrier of the dispersal notice?
It's Ribbles Lane itself.
So can I take my drone up from the cemetery?
I've got permission to fly a drone.
Well, I've got a license to fly a drone.
I've got permission to fly a drone.
Well, you don't need it in that area because it's the drone assist app.
You sure?
Yeah. I can clarify that for you here now. I just want to ask you these questions before.
I don't understand why you'd want to fly a drone, to be honest.
Because I want to put this up to the internet now. This is what happens when a normal member of the public who's got nothing to do with anything in regards to immigration, opposing views or anything like that, people who know me know I'm not about that. Okay. I don't make political statements in my life or anything like that.
Drone laws enter the discussion. Civil Aviation Authority regulations govern airspace, not local emotion. His questions are technical and lawful. Notice that officers themselves seem uncertain, which shows how complex layered regulations can become during active operations.
In the area, the wind speed is 9 kph at the minute. Right. So, if anybody wanted to fly a drone in that area, is there any chance you could ask somebody if I'd be getting challenged for doing that?
I can ask, but whether somebody will know, I don't know. I'd probably have to go through the airport, speak to the airport.
Well, that's the Civil Aviation Force. So they cover the airspace, But what I'm trying to say is now, like, so if I wanted to get aerial footage of all these industrial sites, which I do, it's not just that round area, it's the whole place. I want to know if I'm going to be getting perhaps bloody challenged just for having a drone in the air.
That's a very good question, and I'll try and find out for you.
Because I have to cover myself legally whilst I'm speaking to a constable, you know.
Yeah, no, I'll have
Yeah,
that.
and obviously be aware as well of everything that's going on. If you are flying a drone around that area, obviously it might attract a little bit more attention with obviously it's
The tone softens. Officers acknowledge his calm demeanor. This de-escalation is key. It suggests this encounter was driven more by caution than confrontation, but caution without clear suspicion still raises questions.
just until the dispersals, just, obviously keep a little bit of distance, that's all. Just stay out the zone until it's up and then it is.
Yeah, it would be handy, see, if they put a sign up on the lamppost or something to say there is a, because what about if, say for instance, a person goes down there, he doesn't know that there's a dispersal order and he starts snapping away with his camera, chances are he might even be in handcuffs. For what? He doesn't even know.
Yeah, and obviously we try and spread it as much as we can through social media and things like that. But obviously we have the issue with here is the city's running all the way along here. So in like you said about road closure and things like that, it's almost impossible because the amount of disruption.
Yeah, but you know, because
yeah, do you mean the little
yeah, so with the dead end, they could put up where the van was burnt out.
Yeah.
They could basically put a message on that lamppost and the one at the bottom of the street by saying this is dispersal order. And probably contain the details within what they don't want you actually to do, because photography in itself, it's not unlawful or illegal.
No, I completely understand.
Now they discuss signage and public awareness. This is crucial. If dispersal zones aren't clearly marked, how can a member of the public knowingly comply? Transparency is not optional. It's foundational to lawful enforcement.
See what the councils can do sometimes. They can put a restriction on drones in the area, but then it conflicts with the CAA. So what they would do is look in court and say, well, what was it reasonable to restrict his movement of flying? Was there any dangers? Did he? There's all sorts to take into. But every drone flyer should be mindful of doing the right thing, basically. Yeah.
Every day's a learning day. Yeah, you're fine to fly it.
Yeah.
Because it's under 250
grams, yeah.
However, as long as it's not causing a harassment. ASB.
Yeah.
I always I presume that you're a C.
Most people don't actually know it's in the sky. You keep a reasonable height.
Keep an eye on it as well.
Well, you've always got to keep a line of sight. Yeah. So, like I say,
a lot more than me.
I might not even get back down there yet. I've got a lot to see on industrial here.
You're good then?
Yeah, I'm brilliant.
Do you want this?
No, I'm okay. Because like I say, you've told me now. I'm not happy with it, but
yeah, no, I appreciate it.
I don't break the law.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
The encounter ends peacefully. No arrest, no citation issued. Just a conversation about drone weight limits and airport airspace. But the underlying issue remains. Should a lone cameraman ever have been threatened with dispersal notice in the first place?